right, welcome everybody to Rolling on Three Wheels, the first podcast for three-wheel riders. Today I got my boy Michael from Kansas City. Michael, thank you for coming on the show.
Good to be here. Good to be here, man.
Thank you, thank you. I just want to start the show with same question I always start with. Which Ryker did you buy?
Yeah, man, I got that 2020 Ryker Rally Edition.
All
Man,
right.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And did you get the regular panels or did you come out with colors? What you do?
I got the red. I didn't get the exclusive panels. They didn't have a good selection
Okay.
at the dealership, so I was just like, one of my favorite colors is red, so I just got that red.
All right, I hear you. I hear you. And you went to a dealer to get it? Of
Yeah,
course, 2020. All right.
2020. I
How was
got
your
that.
experience? How was your experience buying it from the dealership?
It was cool. I just went up there to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I just had some money in my pocket. I was like, let me go here and look at it. I had some cash, so I'm
Burning a hole in your pocket.
well. I'm telling you, I studied the Ryker. I'm looking at
Oh,
all
okay.
the videos on. Like I've been studying for a while, so I was like, man, I'm getting one of these because like a few weeks before that, I saw one rolling around the city. I was like, ooh. I like them again because I was going to get it before the pandemic hit.
Mm.
So right in March, like I'm in education, so
Okay.
we at spring break I was gonna go test drive one.
All right.
I was gonna do the 3-wheel class just to get familiar with it, and then in April I was gonna just get one for the whole riding season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the pandemic hit, and I put it on the back burner because I was like, I don't know what job's gonna look like. I didn't know what that was gonna do. But so when I saw one the couple weeks before I actually got it, I was like, man. And then I saw another one when I was out of town. I was like, this must be a sign. Let me go up here and drive one. So I went up there and started talking to the dude. He was like, you want to put something down? We can get you in it by Tuesday. This was
Wow.
Saturday. We can have it all built up and ready and put everything on it on Tuesday. And I was like, yeah, I got this money in my pocket here. Let's sign all the paperwork. Give me that thing.
You probably one of the first guys I really like went back and forth that actually went to the dealer because I hear so many people picking them up secondhand. Like
Mm-hmm.
my experience was, you know, I was always into the three wheelers just like you, but I was on two wheels and I put the two-wheel riding down for a long time, and then three wheels came out. I was like, that's too expensive. For that, I'll buy me a nice another two-wheeler and just get back into the thing. Then it just turned into, I shelved it. I was in between, things come up, and then one of my boys who's a rider just happened to say, hey man, you check out that new, I know you're into three wheels, check out that Ryker. So I was like, what's a Ryker? So I just went online, Googled it. I think it was probably within minutes. I said, oh no, this is hot. I calling all over the place. Nah, I don't have it. One guy was like, look, I'll put you on the waiting list. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, whatever. I was on the waiting list, I think February probably of 19, probably February, March, probably about 2 months later, he called me. He's like, look, I got it. You got to be here in 2 hours or whatever. Rode over there, did the whole thing, signed all the paperwork, picked it up like a week later. And he even told me, he was like, as soon as I put it on the floor for you to pick up, like 10 people walked in to buy it right now, cash, boom, whatever, take it right up. And he said, I can't keep those on the shelf. He said it's my best seller. And he's not even a full Can-Am dealer. He's just a motorcycle dealer. So he
Okay.
was doing his best with Can-Ams for the season. So I was like, and how you liking three wheels though?
Man, I love it. I love it. I don't know anything other than
Right.
3 wheels besides my training course for the 2 wheels.
And how
So
was that class? Because I didn't take it
the class for the 2 wheel
for the three wheel.
for
I
the
didn't take
three
the three.
wheel
Yeah, I didn't take
uh,
it.
the 3 wheel it was cool. It was a smaller class because
Mhm.
man, we looked across and they had the 2 wheel at the same time. So it was like three of us and it was like 15 other like people at the 2 wheel one. So it was more intimate,
Mhm.
I would say. And you got a lot of reps on it.
Right.
and it's only a $99. In my video that I post, that I'm gonna post,
Mm-hmm.
for my 1,500 mile review, like I'm talking to people that have never even like got on a bike, like go
Oh,
take the
that's
class.
cool. Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying? Like $99 to go learn something new, and
right,
I'm
right.
all about success.
Mm-hmm.
And just learning something new moves you towards like understanding success more. So I just talk to the people that have never ridden, have that little itch, or just want to learn something new. Go take the just like the two wheel. They just put you right on that mug and say, "Let's go."
See, I just felt confidence. I was like, you know what? I rode two wheels for years. So I was like, I'll just get on three wheels. And then, the first time, even when I pulled out of the dealer, I'm looking for the clutch and the brake. I'm like, and the dealer was like, the guy sold it to me. He was like, when I sat on, he was like, all right, man, you ready to go? I was like, yeah, I'm good. He goes, remember, one down, four up. I was like, wait, oh, you messing with me, man. I said, this is automatic. So, but yeah, to get used to having a foot brake, like, nothing on the hands it took me a few minutes to get back, and it was like a 40-mile trip. So I was like, whoa, this don't really lean like a bike. It was like, it was a little rough experience on my way home that day.
Funny story is that like when I bought it and I picked it up on Tuesday,
Mhm.
I hadn't ridden anything for 5 years.
Did you have a
So
helmet?
I'm like, and my helmet came like 2 hours before because they won't let you leave unless you got
Yeah,
that helmet,
yeah,
right?
right, right.
And my helmet arrived like I bought it like on Amazon Prime just so it get here in 2 days. I
I hear
got it
you.
2 hours before. I Ubered. I put my helmet on and Ubered because I'm up here excited. And then the funny story about it is that like he put me on the bike. He's like, "You ready to go?" And I was like, "I ain't rode nothing in 5 years, and I barely knew how to ride that, right?" So I was like, "I'm gonna just get on this mug and go." And I just figured it out on the way home because I also bought it before I did the 3 wheel class.
Okay.
I was gonna do the class, buy it,
Yeah,
and,
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
but I went up there the week before, or 2 weeks before I did the class, and and I happened to buy it. I was like, well,
That's crazy though. But I mean, at least that worked out for you. That was pretty cool. So you got the nerves right out in the beginning. You just got on and went. That's good.
and
That's
the
cool.
first night I drove it home. I drove it to my friend's house during the daytime, and then I drove it home at night, right on the highway, because I had never been on the highway because I took
Hmm.
all the back roads, right. And like a couple days later, I realized that my helmet was on wrong because I wasn't able to see all of my stuff right
Hmm.
here. So I had it up like
Oh,
because I didn't know how to wear it. I
I
just got
get
it.
it.
Like
I
I'm,
get
oh,
it.
I need to pull it down a little bit.
I get it. Yeah. That's a new rider trick right there. You
I
gotta
didn't.
sit. You really the first. Truthfully, new riders when they get a helmet, you'll see it. And even when you go into the shops, you see a guy trying the helmet. He's looking in the mirror, making sure everything is lined up right so you could see. Because it depends. Some helmets you put on, it's like it's not for me. It messes up my vision. My head is shaped funny. I can't wear this one. But
Mm-hmm.
you want to have on the right helmet because you want to be able to see and especially hear. That guy
Yeah,
coming up alongside you.
yeah.
Definitely. So are you riding with anyone?
Like on the back.
No, no, like any of your boys, your groups, any of your homies, or
Man, we try. Or yeah, my one homie that just got it. Like we rode a couple times,
right.
but I'm too busy to be just out there
I hear you.
willy nilly. I got like 2-3 hours on a Saturday or Sunday, and that's it. So if ain't nobody riding on those three
Right.
hours,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. People
um,
like to take long trips with it. Yeah, I feel you.
long trips, and they just like to ride for no reason. I like to have a goal behind mine. Like let's go post up here, and then we out. Like I went to a car show Sunday,
Hmm.
and one of the guys that I met that has a Can-Am, he invited me, and then he linked me up with the other guys that got Some of them got them for their wives too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of women got it. I saw 3 women that had them when I was driving.
I interviewed Beth from Ryker Rides. She was on my show. I'll be posting her podcast soon. And she's from Florida. She bought hers. She has about maybe close to 5,000 views. She did some serious work to her bike. Serious work. I follow her on. She's really
Is
a
the
good woman.
Riker Riders lady?
Yeah,
Riker.
yeah, that's her. Yeah.
I like her videos. I
Yeah,
like her.
yeah. She was on my show. I was like, because we were talking back and forth about the mods. Have you done any mods yet?
Not yet. I only had mine 2 months,
Uh,
and it's about to go in the stores. But the first thing I want to do is get speakers on it. I need something to ride with, and I'm thinking about the exhaust and the air intake. Those are the first 3. And a seat on the back. I don't have a seat on the back.
I did all those things you said. You could look on my channel. I went bananas with the mods.
Really?
Yeah. So I'll give you a heads up. If you do the exhaust, forget about the music because one ain't gonna work with the other. I'll tell you right now. Unless you get some super big sound system, and I've seen them. They look like missiles on the side of the Ryker, which is cool. You
Yeah.
know, you'll get some serious sound.
Yeah.
But if you upgrade to one of those loud mufflers, yeah, you can forget about music. Me personally, when you ride a lot, the best mod I ever did was the windshield.
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, so
I got a little one. I got the little one that come with the Can-Am.
Oh, okay.
I don't have like a modified that tall glass tinted. I don't have none of that.
That's the one I got, and it changes the look of the Ryker a little bit, but as for the riding experience, it knocks all that wind off. You know.
I didn't know what it did. I was asking somebody the other day. I was like, "Does the windshield do anything?" But
it does. I mean, as for the pushing on the chest, I mean, if you get it a good height, you could actually duck down a little bit, depending on the helmet, and it's nice. I feel it takes off a lot of the force when you get up to high speed, especially when you're getting over like 60 miles an hour. So you took it
how
up?
fast? Yeah, I was just about to ask you.
In New York City, it's very hard to get it up as fast as you want. I mean, I've taken it places, I've done rides, and I think my best is probably about 88, maybe.
I got 90.
Nice.
I don't know if I could go more than that. Like, there's a stretch that I there's like nobody for when my exit is, and I punch it for like a few seconds, and I get it up to 90, and I'm scared to go above 90.
Well, there's no difference between 90 and 100.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, man, but I don't want to get caught right there. It's only 65 right there.
Oh, so. I hear you. Yeah. No, you don't want your speeding ticket the first couple of months you got your bike. You don't want that.
At all, man.
But where I'm at, it's like it's the city, and it's just bumper to bumper everywhere you go. So you really got to leave the city, or even if you try to do something like late night, it's still like you still got to travel. You don't want to risk it because it's so crowded, So when I go on rides, if I go somewhere, I got to go further out of the city, upstate, and then try to punch it. But sometimes in the middle of the night, if I'm coming home late, I could push it, but you got to worry about the pothole and this guy in front of you playing with his cell phone. Because I got hit last week.
On your Ryker?
Yeah. I posted the video on my channel. So we were all sitting in bumper to bumper traffic as usual. I'm doing my video, doing my little vlogs or whatever, and no one's moving. And I'm just sitting there, and you can see me sitting there, and all of a sudden go, boom.
Oh, man.
And I get out, and I'm like, what happened, ma'am? I was like, we weren't moving. She was like, oh, the truck behind me was getting so close. I was like, yeah, but what about me? You know, like,
Right.
yeah, it's just, it's New York, man. I was like, wasn't that serious of a damage. You know, it was little minor stuff that I could probably fix myself. So I was like, listen, we'll work it out some other way, whatever it's going to cost me, blah, blah, blah. But yeah,
Yeah.
so the riding experience, you really have to, in New York, you really have to find, if you really want to do that type of riding, you have to like leave the city. But
Yeah,
I,
we pretty much open road out here.
see, that's beautiful.
With traffic went down with the pandemic, so
Yes, yes, yes.
now it's just like you can, in rush hour, you can get around just as easy as you can in during the day.
That's
So
good. That's
uh,
good.
do you ride at all? Like, do you ride with other people out there? Like, what is that?
Yeah, yeah. There's a team of they called Team Spider New York. They're not far from where I'm at. And they do a lot of ride out events and a lot of meetups. And we actually last Sunday did the breast cancer
Hmm.
memorial, well, breast cancer freedom ride. And we came out, there was probably about 500 bikes out. Yeah, it was a serious takeover. Like everybody came out. If it was Can-Ams, it was slingshots, it was Vanderhalls, there was
Uh-huh.
T-Rexes out there, there were dirt bikes, custom bikes, some people brought out custom cars. I mean, it was a movie. It was epic. I posted the whole thing on my channel.
What's
It's
your
like
channel? What's your
on
channel?
my channel. My channel is La Love Rod Full,
Okay.
LALUVRODFUL. You see everything about the Ryker on it, all the mods, everything I've done. Um, it's just I started the channel because I had got COVID.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I bought my bike. So, during the whole COVID thing, I'm just sitting there and there's nothing to do. I was sick. And I was just watching YouTube video after YouTube video about Rikers, because I'm dying to get back on mine. So I say, everybody got a YouTube video. I said, why not I go out there? So, the minute I got better, I went outside and I started tinkering with my bike and I put a video up and and it started to gain a little traction. So I was like, all right, I could start doing this.
Hmm.
And I just started posting video after video. I think I have about 65 videos up. Um, and I like it. From having a bike before, I wasn't really afraid to like tinker with something. So I just say, you know what? How hard could it be? I mean, it's still a machine, right? It still has screws, nuts, and bolts, right? So why. So I said, everything I take off, I just got to remember how to put back. So I just started messing around like that. And then I ordered a wrap and I said, you know what, I'm going to try to wrap my bike. So I tried to wrap it. And then I was like, you know what, I was getting into the mod thing. And then, you know, I was ordering things from that company, s.com. I don't want
Uh-huh.
to say their name. They're not giving me any promotion. So
Right, right.
that everybody orders through. So I started putting stuff on my bike. Good guys over there. And they'll help you out with anything if you get stuck. And I just started doing it. And then I just started left and right adding things until it became an addiction.
Yeah.
And then, about $2,000 later, I was like, whoa, I got I said, I need to slow this down. This is
Yeah.
becoming a habit.
I can easily get addicted. I just don't want to put the stuff on there. Like, I have no desire to tinker or mess with anything. So I'm up here. I'm recruiting a friend that works on cars. I'm like, hey, they got the tutorial. Like, I'll sit there and hand you the wrench or something. But like, I ain't trying to do nothing.
I
Like,
hear you. I hear you. But
no fingernails dirty, nothing.
I hear you though. A lot of people are like that. They're like, I'd rather leave it up to the professionals. I'm just like, I'm just a risk taker. I say, you know what? Let me just try it out. I mean, how hard could it be? A couple of times I got stuck, but you know, I did a couple of episodes. I did the air intake.
Mhm.
And crazy story about that. I was doing work on a bike and I was posting the videos, and someone hit me in the email and was like, hey man, you work on bikes. I see you in the New York City area, close to me. I have a friend who's looking to do some work on his bike. So I was like, well, what does he really want done?
Right.
He was like, oh, he bought a Ram air intake. So I was like, oh, he was like, you think you could put it on for him? I was like, well, I could try. I never did one. I mean, if he don't mind.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, yeah, how much? I said, look, just tell him to bring it. I'm not going to charge him because I don't really know what I'm doing, but I can't seem it be that hard. So he happened to, we hooked up, we through phone, we made a day to pay. So he pulls up and he looks at me and he goes, oh man. I was like, yeah, what's up? He said, man, you that guy I've been watching on YouTube. I was like, oh snap, man. I didn't know I'm getting some type of, well, I don't want to say YouTube celebrity. Celebrities don't like you using that word, but
Right.
I was like, I'm becoming like, I guess, a street Ryker mechanic. Cause people just hit
I
me
got
up and
you.
they're like, hey man, can you look at this? And then when I go to rods and people go, hey, this light and that, and I tell them, but did you have to go back for any recalls yet? Because the
Nope.
19 had recalls.
Nope. They haven't contacted me about anything like that yet.
Oh, okay. That's
The one problem I do have is that like my brakes are squeaking, and uh, I think it's just because like it's new
it's
or
a
whatever.
breaking in period.
Yeah, so it's getting better, but it's just annoying. It's
Right.
just annoying sound. Like I'm pulling up to somebody, I'm squeaking at the end of my little. I'm like, dang, I ain't gonna get no ladies doing this, man.
Get the loud pipes. Nobody will hear nothing but that.
Nobody hear none of that, right?
You'll just be a little deaf when you get off the mic, though. Yeah,
So
because
I might not even do that, man, because I want the music. I'd rather have the music than I ain't trying to go fast. I'm 36 years old. Like I don't have no desire. I never did have a desire to go real fast. That's why I was like two wheels.
right.
That's to go like
Yeah, I know. I don't want to show my age, but when I was on two wheels in the 90s, yeah, I was one of those guys. I was like,
stop, drop, shut them down, open up top.
before GoPro, put it like that, so some of my videos, I don't have no videos out there, but if I did, people would be like, whoa, what the, like, so yeah,
Right.
and after a while, you just be like, and crazy enough, I never had an accident, right? Until, well, my one accident, it actually was not my fault.
Really?
Actually, the one time where I was wilding and I said, nah, you know what? This intersection is a little crazy. Let me just stop. And I stopped and I waited. And then the idiot ran me over coming the other way. And I was like, man, if I'd have just blew the intersection. So I was like, this is crazy. I said, the one time I decide, but after that, I didn't really want to get back on. You just become that. I'm looking around every time I ride the bike. Like, this guy's too close. This guy's this, that, and the third. So I was like, oh, But
Man.
now the three wheels. It is a false sense of security though when you ride.
You still gotta watch out for them people. I've always been an offense and defensive rider. Like I play basketball, so I'm looking at how you move, what you looking like. I'm looking at where my position is. Like I'm looking
That's
at
smart.
everything. So I'm
That's
trying to
smart.
win. They tell you in the classes to be a defensive driver, and I'm like, I gotta be offense. Sometimes you just gotta speed out as people
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
offense right there.
yeah. Well,
So go ahead.
that's a smart way of thinking about it. You gotta look at it like a play.
Yeah, I'm trying to win every time I go out there. So offense, defense.
I feel you though. I feel you
I
though.
listen to my coaches.
That's a good analogy. I like that. Look at it as a play. I got to get out here to win. That's cool though. Yeah, I like
Going
that.
home is a win.
Anytime you're not laying on the concrete is a win though, because a lot of people don't respect the bike clubs. But I think now more and more, like when you're riding, do you get more people to be like, "Hey man, what is that?"
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
get a lot
yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I get people stopping, kids waving, and they like, "Mommy, Daddy, look at that! Look at that!"
That's
So I feel
cool.
like a red Black Panther. I wear all red all the time. I make sure I show some skin so they know that like I'm a person of color. So I'm out here because I'm in the Midwest. I'm at the Bible Belt, so they act a little
Okay.
different. They act a little different out here. So I gotta let them know that
All right.
this ain't no joke out here.
That's a whole different topic, right?
Right, but
That's a whole different topic.
it
But
is
yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah, well, the goal is to stay alive and keep people aware of what's going on,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
100%. Hey man, Mike, look, great to have you on. This was a great interview. Real cool dude.
Appreciate it.
You want to thank you. If you want to throw out your promotions, what you doing, what you got going on, drop it on me right now.
So I got first of all, I got my work or the YouTube channel is Work Hard TV, WRKHRD TV. You can hit me on Instagram, Work Hard Movement, or that's WRKHRDMOVEMENT, or King of KC 816-913. That's where you found me on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, I'm actually writing a book on success, my own philosophy for individual achievement. So that's coming out in February of 2021. Be looking out for that. It's Work Harder, Work Smarter, the Work Hard philosophy for individual achievement. I do have my own shirt or clothing brand. I call this the AF collection. and if you know what AF stands for, so I have a clothing line type of thing. That's at sheheartshirts.com. That's just a brand by the Work Hard Movement, and I'm the Work Hard Movement.
All right. Well, everybody, you heard it. I'm gonna post all Michael's stuff in the link below. It's also going to be in a podcast. And don't forget, support my podcast, new podcast for all three wheelers, Rolling on Three. It's on Spotify and other platforms. You can follow my channel on YouTube, La Love Ride Full. You see all types of Ryker stuffs. I got ride outs, I got work on the Ryker, I got mods, I got meetups, all of that. You follow me on Twitter, Serving Warrants. You can figure out what that is. Email me at rollingon3wheels@gmail. Everything will be posted below. There's also a support link below. I want to make this podcast big for all three wheelers. Everybody who got a three wheeler, everybody want to buy a three wheeler. I'm trying to blow this community up. No one's doing it. So if someone copies it, I'm coming for you. Thanks, Mike's, again for the coming on the show. Great interview. It's going to be a wrap. Maybe I'll have you back after you put some more miles on there. We could talk.
Yeah, and some mods. I'm gonna put a few mods on there. We can talk about that. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Listen, Mike, before you go, just send me an email with if you got a logo and all your stuff that you have out, your .coms and everything, because so I could put it up in the link when I do the editing and post your logo. Okay.
All right, I'll do that right now.
Thanks again, bro, for the show, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.